Good afternoon. We will get started in just a moment. Just waiting to clear the waiting room and make sure that folks have connected to audio. And just as a housekeeping matter, as folks are entering from the waiting room, there is only one item on this afternoon's agenda. Cambria Hotel has been continued to a later date. If anybody is here to testify on that matter, that will be continued to a later date. Good afternoon. This is an administrative hearing before the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing. Today is Thursday, September 18th, 2025. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. This hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. We are joined today by the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing, Kathleen Joyce, and Director of Operations, Rebecca Fu. Again, there's only one item on this afternoon's agenda. I will read that item into the record. I will ask who is present on behalf of the licensee, who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department, and whether there are any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify. I will then swear in all parties. The police report will then be read into the record, and the licensee or their representative will have the opportunity to make a brief statement, followed by questions by the Executive Director and Director of Operations. All testimony will be limited only to those individuals with firsthand personal knowledge of the alleged incident. The only item before the Entertainment Division this afternoon concerns JJ&R LLC doing business as The Mix, located at 555 Talbot Avenue in Dorchester. Date of the incident, August 3rd, 2025. DJ entertainment taking place without a license outdoors. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
I am Rufus J. Falk.
Great. Who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
Sergeant Detective William Gallagher.
Detective Eddie Hernandez, if needed.
Thank you. And are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify? Can you all please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you very much. Sergeant Detective Gallagher, if you could please read the report into the record.
Yes, good afternoon, Sergeant Detective Gallagher. I'll be reading from a Boston Police incident report. I'll read only the entertainment issues on here because there is another issue as well. But the report reads as follows. On 8/7/2025 at about 10:10 p.m., Sergeant Detective William Gallagher, Detective Eddie Hernandez, assigned to licensed premise unit, conducted a licensed premise inspection of the Mix at 555 Talbot Ave. Detectives were there to speak to staff about a video they had been forwarded from 8/3/2025 at 6:02 p.m. The video showed a DJ performing for the patrons on the rear patio. Detectives spoke to Mr. Jean Sandy, showing the video clips that they had been forwarded. Detectives explained while the premise did have a one-time entertainment license, live entertainment is only allowed inside. As a result, it was discovered Sergeant Gallagher issued a licensed premise inspection notice number 022050 to the Mix for DJ entertainment taking place on patio without approval. Mr. Sandy signed for and accepted the violation. I believe we did forward also a copy of the video to the board, and we did show it to the manager that evening as well. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Falk. Would you like to address the alleged incident?
First, we also have other members from my staff who are in the waiting group. I don't know if they were approved or not, but they registered. They also might be in the waiting room as well.
I just got in.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Great. Sorry, just one moment. Mr. Somebody, if you are planning on testifying, we'll need to swear you in.
Okay.
Great. Can you please turn your camera on?
1 second.
Sure. Thank you very much. If you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, Mr. Falk. Mr. Somebody, you may please continue.
Okay. Thank you. Just sort of before I begin, just want to make it. I also did the board was able to receive some of the documents that I emailed over?
Yes, it was received.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So prior to this event, just want to make it known that I had a meeting with the C-11 captain in reference to the issue with noise, the issue with some of the concerns of the neighbors and the abutters. had about a good 45-minute meeting with him. This was prior to our Butters meeting that we had in terms of getting applying for an actual full-time full-time entertainment license for the location. Had the conversation with him. Was a great conversation. Then had a follow-up conversation with the Butters meeting to hear what their concerns were. I think I also emailed the board again after that meeting, after sort of hearing some troubling comments from members who were the abutters who were referencing the vehicles that myself and my business partner make that we drive. It was outside of those, it was a productive conversation, but there was some other issues that we've had. The reason why I forwarded the pictures and the information was I feel like the narrative attached to my establishment doesn't match what the actual establishment is. I printed images. I sent them of what Ashmont Grill looked like in terms of their footprint. They had outdoor dining right by the door, but some of the complaints that get lodged about my establishment is about noise that emanates from the door. I had complaints about the time that we do music, but every Friday, right 50 feet from our establishment, there are speakers and live music happening every Friday.
From where?
But from 2 to 6. And the issue
Wait,
that
who has the speakers near your establishment? You just
it,
said the
it,
speakers.
it is Ashmont Main Street. They have speakers, they have
Okay,
DJs,
that's different. We're just gonna
and
focus on what I have control over, and that's the license at the mix.
the reason why I'm bringing that up because I'm talking about the actual parameters that were put on my license for outdoor entertainment where we can't do outdoor entertainment at all. There was no conversation in terms of saying through a certain time, and there was no conversation with us that BPD from C11 put those restrictions. BPD from C11 did not put restrictions, not allowing us to say that we couldn't do outdoor entertainment. So, but I'll just speak to I'll speak to the actual event. The event was a private event that we had. I put the application in for an indoor and outdoor entertainment.
I don't think your application says outdoor entertainment.
The application that I put forward says the access is outside. I put outside as well. And I also forwarded other applications where I also put indoor and outdoor that were approved by the C11 captain. And we didn't run any outdoor entertainment for the entire summer at the detriment of our business in terms of where even on the stipulations, it says that we have to have muted TVs, even though the original location, Ashmont Grill, they actually have speakers outside, and those are the only speakers that were outside that were used. And technically,
I know this sounds really frustrating, and I know we probably discussed this at your last violation hearing, but entertainment doesn't follow the licensee.
No, I totally get that. I'm just talking
So
about
just because the previous licensee had entertainment, unfortunately, the process at which I have no control over, you have to go back through the process with.
I'm not talking about.
I don't want to talk about Ashmont Grill today.
I'm sure, but I'm not talking about the process. I'm talking about the inconsistency in the complaints. My issue
Oh,
is
the complaints,
complaint is not the noise. The complaint is about the demographics of the folks who are actually doing the entertainment. That's
But
my.
we don't look at that. We're just
I'm
looking
not.
at the hours of operation, the type, what you're licensed for, what you're not licensed for. So, and there's different things, like I deal with this throughout the entire city of Boston in every single neighborhood. Rebecca is an expert on sound readings and decibels. I've had a quick education on all of this at Suffolk Downs, with Fenway. So we're just going to focus right now on the what's been going on. Like I'm going to say a few things. I'm going to urge you to read the face of your license. So it says right on it what is permitted and what isn't permitted.
Can I ask you a question of who made that determination if it was never communicated to us that we could never have live entertainment outside prior to it being added to our license? That
I mean, as a business owner, you have to research what is allowed and not allowed at your prospective place. Do you know what I mean? Like you
No,
don't,
I
not zoned for entertainment. End of story.
we're not zoned for entertainment, but that's what the one-time entertainment license is for.
So that
That's what,
because you're not zoned for it, you have to use, the city provides you with kind of a workaround, which is these one-time entertainment licenses. If you were zoned for entertainment, you would have an annual entertainment license
well,
and you wouldn't have to go to the police captain every single time.
I totally understand that
Okay.
process, but my issue is that if I apply for a one-time entertainment license and I outline that I would also like to utilize outside, why wouldn't that be covered? That's what I'm saying.
I'd have to take a look at your application, which I don't have in front of me, but I'm sure Rebecca can find it.
I actually emailed you
The
examples
application.
of applications that were approved by the C11 captain where I outlined outside for, it says it gives the option for inside, outside. It was approved by the C11 captain. That's why I'm saying that I don't understand how that added stipulation that we cannot use outside
Okay.
as patio for entertainment. That's where my conflict or my confusion is.
I actually don't see anything checked off. Event will take place, nothing checked off.
Which I literally emailed.
Or August 22nd, 23rd.
So I am sorry, I'm trying to find the application for A3, but I'm looking at some of the old apps. Sometimes it says inside, sometimes it says both. And then because there were so many complaints about noise, that's why we restricted what was allowed outside.
And that's what I'm saying. You're taking the words of a vocal minority to not allow my business to do outside and not even give the option for some type of sort of
We should have had that
What do you mean?
conversation before we gave you the license.
But also just to add, one-time license is a temporary license. You don't have zoning yet. We could reject every single one for inside and
You don't have
outside.
the right to do it. Like this is
Yeah.
privilege. You're requesting permission from the city through these one-time entertainment things. We're in a position, we have to weigh what we know about, your location, the neighborhood. There could be other events in the city. There could be a block party down the street. And we might think it's too much, noise for the neighborhood. Has nothing to do with your demographic or the demographic of your neighbors, but just because you apply for something doesn't mean we grant that. You have to read it.
but I have no I have to read it. Can you I feel like it's never mind. I'm gonna leave
How
it.
many
I'm
seats
at
do you
that.
have on your outdoor
I'm gonna leave
patio,
it at that.
roughly?
Can you repeat the question?
How many seats do you have on your outdoor patio, roughly?
About 60.
Yeah, so I found the application. You did apply for inside, outside patio, but we restricted it.
And you restricted it based off of the complaints of neighbors who complain about and
We wanted
attach
you to build a
all.
better
Can
track record.
I mean, can I finish my statement? I'm just asking just so I can be knowledgeable and be aware of the situation. You restricted our ability to use outside patio because of the complaints that were being lodged by neighbors. Is that basically the reason?
Taking a look at what emails we have from that time.
I'd have to check back more. So usually with outside, right? If say you had zoning for live entertainment inside and you want outside, when an annual request comes in, we always have the applicant check in with neighborhood services as well. And neighborhood services will chime in on if they want process or not, and they'll let us know, has there been complaints, other things. And I believe, I have to look back, but I think with this application, that we received many complaints about noise. In addition to other things, but we care most about the sound.
And we've never been cited for noise. And again, you're going by their account of what noise is. We've never been cited for noise. And as neighbors, we could be open every day until 1 a.m. We never do that. We're open from Wednesday to Sunday. The only time we're open till 1 a.m. is on Friday and a Saturday. Again, you say you don't want me to mention Ashmore Grill. Ashmore Grill was open on Sundays till 1 a.m. They were doing outdoor dining into the evening. They were doing outdoor dining on the side patio, back patio, and in the front patio. So my issue is the complaints are not about noise. The complaints about the individuals who are running the establishment, and you're taking their accounts to in large part harmed my business, down 30% for the summer because we're unable to use the only real patio in that's held by a Black owned business. Like it's while there's actual speakers noise going on every Friday. We're next to a fire station, Ashmore Station, one of the busiest stations in Massachusetts. You have Dorchester Day Parade, you have a number of other events, but it's as if my business is the anomaly, bringing the only noise or bringing the activity in the area. So that's where it gets frustrating because you're taking their account and you didn't even say, okay, can we have a workaround where you guys could, because we literally just had an event, an event for the mayor, and she had a microphone. That was technically would have been a violation. So them using a microphone in the back to talk to the crowd was technically a violation, where we had to have muted TVs. There was no way in which we could have any type of conversation saying, okay, we know that we have issues around noise, but if you're on a Saturday, if you do anything with I'm not even saying the DJ, that's perfectly fine. That's reasonable. I get that. But even saying that we can't have any music, can't have any TVs playing at a reasonable volume, like for the entire day.
So
Like that's where it gets
Can I just jump in
frustrating.
for a second? What you sent us last night, Rufus, are your applications for August 9th, 10th, 14th, August 22nd, 23rd, 31st. I believe the violation we're talking about today is something you applied for August 3rd, which I believe said DJ inside, and it said DJ inside, TV outside. So we'll just talk about that.
No, I know you don't want to. I'm trying to talk about the larger issue of the fact that I
Sure.
understand what you're saying.
I thought you didn't want to talk about the
I'll
larger issue, you
completely-
just wanted to talk about this.
I completely.
Talk about this, then we can
I
talk about the larger
completely.
issue.
No.
I'm going to talk about this one. August 3rd, you applied
That's fine. August 3rd,
for.
we're wrong. We're wrong because apparently I wasn't aware of the fact that you put a stipulation onto our outdoor entertainment license.
It actually says outside patio TV, and whoever wrote this, I think it's you, that it's blue ink. It says outside, and someone hand wrote patio TV. Inside, you applied for the DJ, and then you signed it.
I did sign in.
Okay, so you only applied for patio TV outside on
No,
July
but
July
even
31st, August 2nd, August.
no. That's so even if it wasn't even an option to say what you're going to do on the outside. It just says outside. I had to write that stuff in to give an example of but there it says DJ, like it wasn't even an option. Like there isn't like a checkoff mark to say what you should. Again, if it was a miscommunication, I didn't read it correctly. I'll take full responsibility for that.
So just
I'll take that. That's fine. But my issue is that even if I apply for an outside, fully explaining what we're trying to do, we wouldn't even have the ability to even show the Patriots game outside because we want to put the volume on. That's all I'm saying.
So that's what I want to address. Like if say you apply for something, you want DJ everything outside and inside outside, and we restrict you, right? You could have reached out to us to have that conversation. Like, I'd really like a TV. I want to have Patriots game playing, or I want a DJ for brunch, but we never had that conversation. I was looking through all the emails, and because of the complaints, yes, we did put stipulations. But if you came to us asking, can we have an exception? Like, we want to prove and gain this track record to show that we can be a good operator, we would have worked with you. But then the conversation never happened.
That feels a little backwards, but I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just feel like
At the end of the day, you don't have live entertainment zoning. So one-time applications, typically these should be for special one-off events, and you apply frequently. Every single applicant who applies frequently, we always ask them, are you going through the zoning process? We don't want anyone to circumvent the current process that exists for zoning, but we work with people, and that's why we will grant, one-time licenses and more often.
No, I totally get that. We had that conversation last summer, which is why we went by the book of trying to. Also, we went through the abutters process. We're going through the ISD process to get we've done everything we were supposed to do, which is why you saw so many applications for one-time entertainment licenses. I didn't want to repeat of last summer where we had the two events outside that caused so much turmoil as if we were doing it every weekend.
That's why the application doesn't have room for you to check a lot off for outside, because it's usually just for a quote special event, like a one-time event. But we're trying to work with licensees, including you, and help them operate the way that they want to within the rules. So that's why we've loosened them a little bit and have allowed people to use these one-time entertainment applications on a regular basis.
No, I fully understand that. I'm just saying for the confusion for our business was that we were under the impression if you apply for indoor outdoor, you would have the ability to do so. But it appears that the restrictions were put on our license because of the complaints that were made, not by BPD, but the complaints were made by abutters that were claiming that we are the reason for all the noise in the area, which the reality is that's not the case. We've never been cited for noise. We've done our due diligence to try to reduce our noise impact in the area, and yet
I will say this, I will ask my staff, should they put conditions on the license that don't line up with your application, that they call you or reach out to you and put that in bold. Oftentimes we're processing hundreds of these a week.
I understand.
Don't have the luxury to make sure everyone reads them and understands them. But in your case, since it's confusing and you want to make sure you're following the rules and it's fair that you thought whatever you applied for, you got, I'll make sure the staff contact you and that you confirm that you understand that you did not get what you wanted, if that's the case.
But for your license, right, when you get a one-time license, you have to print it. You should be reading what conditions are on it so that you understand. Say we do allowed outside, great, but there's always a noise ordinance. Every condition, your manager, all the manager, everyone should know what's on it, so what's allowed and you don't get violations. And for this
100%.
event, we wrote no outdoor entertainment only until 9, and it was just muted TVs and lawn games for this date. So that should have let you know DJ was not allowed, so it shouldn't have occurred.
Yes, by the stipulation. So I would just say that I'll just do my double due diligence to make sure that if there are added restrictions that the C11 captain didn't put on us, that you guys put on, that I'll make sure I give a call just to get a point of clarity.
When captain signs off, it's for public safety.
No,
and then it comes to us, like just because they approve something doesn't mean that we have to approve.
No, I totally get it, but he gets the complaints too. So he calls me when he has issues. He lets me know what's going on, and oftentimes a lot of their complaints are based on. I'm not sure what you're familiar with what PBD Square looked like prior to us getting there, but it was an area that was having some trouble. And with people bringing speakers out there on those benches that are in the front, there was just a lot of activity happening on it. And I think, unfortunately, anything that happens in the area gets attached to my business, even though we're not the sort of the genesis of those issues. But again, I'll take full responsibility for not fully reading the stipulations added, and again, we're trying to do our best to make sure that we are following the rules. So I get it.
So it's good to hear that you're still working through the ISD process. I urge you to read the face of your license, just because we process hundreds. It's one person in our office that processes all of these, and it moves very quickly. And we might say we've gotten this many noise complaints or this many XYZ complaints. Should they apply? We don't want to stop you from having entertainment. We want to make sure you're doing it so we don't get complaints, because all those complaints come to the same person too. So
can I just say that, is there any process of vetting the complaints as well? Because I'm not saying this to
that's
just
what the hearing's for. And I would love to give you, I have to hold hearings. There's over 4,000 licensees in the city.
I understand.
I can't vet just your complaints.
I get it.
Spend any more time on it.
I get it. But it just feels like whatever their complaints are gets taken as if it's 100% valid, when I would just make the argument that it's not. Every case is not that.
When you get written up, that's the first step in having your say. The public hearing is just that. It's a public hearing.
I got you.
It doesn't mean you've been found in violation because Detective Hernandez and Sergeant Gallagher go out there. This is how we vet it. We receive a complaint. We log it, the police go out, they write you up, we schedule you for a hearing, and we give you an opportunity to talk. and tell us what's going on. That is what is vetting. It takes up a lot of our time, as you can imagine.
I get it. Again, we're gonna do our best to be better, and just appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Any further questions, Director Joyce, Director Fu?
No,
Anything further, Dr. Falk, Mr. Samadi, you would like the Entertainment Division to consider?
No, just thank you, and I take full responsibility, and we're just gonna do a better job of making sure we read the fine print and have more conversations if there are things that we just want to give further clarification on.
Thank you. I believe with that that the Entertainment Division has all the information they need at this point, and we'll take this under advisement and issue a written decision. Since that is the only item before the division this afternoon, that will adjourn this hearing. So please, thank you all and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.